Hey there, it is Monday, it's July 8th. Welcome into Huffmans Headlines. Glad that you're with us. Got my 10-minute clock right here, and let's get started. Spoiler alert, it's all thumbs down today. And we're going to start with Joe Biden apologizing. Oh, Joe. Thumbs down, Joe. Thumbs down. So you may remember Joe Biden was under fire for scrutiny that he was facing. First, it started with Cory Booker, who was mad because he had talked about how he worked with folks that were segregationists, because he was in the Senate with segregationists who were running all the committees at the time. So that, of course, hurt Cory Booker's feelings. And he got mad at Joe Biden and called Joe Biden out and told him that he needed to apologize. And Joe Biden manned up and said, no, I'm not apologizing. And I gave Joe Biden thumbs up for that. Then he got attacked again from Kamala Harris. So he's getting attacked from all the non-white people that are running for president against him. So this was about the busing thing. We discussed that in another video. And he finally just broke down. Yes, Kamala Harris and Cory Booker broke Joe Biden down, and he apologized over the weekend. This is horrible, because what Joe Biden is now showing is that he is not ready for prime time with Donald J. Trump. Yeah, you can't apologize and be an apologist if you're running against President Trump. You have to be strong. You have to stand up for what you believe in. And Joe was right the first time when he said, I have nothing to apologize for. And he doesn't. He had to work with bad people. That's what we do. We all work with bad people in your office space, at the school that you're at. We all work with bad people. You have to. It's going to happen. So, Joe Biden, you were doing so good. You were being who you were. You were being Joe, except, with the touchy-feely stuff. But that's just Joe, right? So he comes in and he apologizes in South Carolina, where the South Carolina black politicians had supported him, actually. Jim Clyburn had said, no, I get it, because Jim Clyburn came from a state where there were a lot of segregationists. He got what Joe Biden was trying to say. And Joe should have just stood up for who he is, what he believes in, and stood on his resume. He didn't. He apologized, and for that, thumbs down. And I don't think that he is going to be the best person for the Democrats when it comes to the presidential run up against Donald Trump. And if this is what Democrats are going to do, they're going to do this purist test, it's not going to work. So you might as well just bow out and come up with a plan for 2024, because if you've got a litmus test for somebody like Joe Biden, who has a phenomenal resume to look back on, and yeah, he's made some mistakes, but he was the guy that pushed Barack Obama to support gay marriage. I mean, this is Joe Biden we're talking about. And it feels like the same thing that happened to Hillary Clinton. She just wasn't Democrat enough, or leftist enough, or liberal enough. But the whole nation is not that way. You've got to run a 50-state solution, and the Democrats don't have it. You know who does? Donald Trump and the hashtag MAGA team. Moving on to the next story. This one's the one about Kevin Spacey. You may remember. Okay, so let's go back to July of 2016. This is when Spacey's accuser, who was 18, an 18-year-old male adult at the time, okay? He was a male adult. He was a busboy at a Nantucket bar. He said that he had drinks with Kevin Spacey. First off, that was illegal, so if there was something that was bad that was going on, that should have been the issue, is that Kevin Spacey was buying this 18-year-old boy drinks. But he was sitting there with Kevin Spacey, with the free drinks, and allegedly Kevin Spacey was groping him and touching his genitalia. Okay. You were there. You sat there. It was in public. If you didn't like that, why didn't you speak up? Why didn't you remove his hand? Why didn't you stop drinking the drinks? Because it wasn't just one, it was multiple drinks. And I've always kind of thought that this was a fishy story, because I've been at a bar. Most of us have been at some kind of bar where you get touched inappropriately, or you get a touch that you don't like. You move that hand. You tell that person don't do it. This guy did not do that. He's 18. He's a grown adult. 10-year-olds know to do that. Stranger danger, yeah. But this 18-year-old said that he felt like he was harassed, that he had been sexually harassed, he was groped, he felt bad about it. Why did it take you so long to say something about it? Because you are a grown man. There are men and women who are 18 who are serving in the military who get to make decisions about life and death every day. That's what you do when you are an adult. You make adult decisions. And in this situation, this grown man had the time of his life. It sounded like he was getting free drinks from a movie star. Didn't say anything about it. Maybe that was it. Maybe he was so happy to get those free drinks from the movie star, it felt all right then. But then when he had thought about it, didn't feel that good, right? So CNN is reporting that the accuser voluntarily dropped that lawsuit. And that was, it had accused Spacey of explicit sexual behavior and infliction of mental distress. It demanded a judgment at an amount to be determined by a jury, including the costs, interest, and attorney's fees. Now, Spacey does still face some criminal charges in this. It's the incident from July of 2016, but I still don't think that anybody wins on this, but I just think that the accuser should have spoken up about it. And you don't sit there getting free drinks, allowing Kevin Spacey to touch you if you don't like it. You get up, you remove yourself from the situation, you remove his hands from your situation, and everybody all around, I think that this was everybody trying to get, some spotlight time, in my own humble opinion, and everybody, thumbs down. Last story, and I'm doing pretty good, 3 minutes left. Last story, it's this insane viral Bluebell ice cream licking gate. Maybe we'll do that, licking gate. That sounds good, right? So, you've probably seen this video of this human being taking a thing of ice cream, licking it, putting the top back on it, and putting it back in the freezer for some other person to purchase. Yeah. What the hell is wrong with you people? And of course, it's not everybody, but I think this is less about that person that I do believe juvenile, because the police department has identified the female suspect, and she is a juvenile. But it's about one-upping each other on social media. That's what this is all about. Because it had to be taped, it had to be put on social media, it had to go viral, and she had to be famous, right? That's what everybody's all about. So you've got to one-up every single thing on social media. You've got to one-up your post. You got to get more likes, more Instagram posts, and that's what this has become. We have become crazy because we want to be liked by everybody. This has to stop, because they're not doing that in other countries that are making things, China making all of our stuff. They're not doing that anymore. They're not doing that ever. This was never, they think that we're nuts that we would even put up with something like that, that somebody would walk through a grocery store, a Walmart, and think, you know what, I'm going to take this ice cream out, lick it, and put it back in for somebody else to take it. It's illegal, it's immoral, somebody's parent, somebody has not been parented right. That means you don't have a good upbringing. If you ever thought that was right, that girl wasn't parented correctly. And I'm not even a parent, but I know better. I know better. I've been parented. I have nieces. I have cousins. I don't think they would ever do that. So for that, she gets a thumbs down. She should be going to jail, hopefully, because there has to be a consequence for that. And, she really kind of sucks for doing that. And the people standing around in all these incidents, like the World Star, where they're fighting and everybody's just standing around and somebody's got a bloody face, a broken head or ankle or arm because they're fighting, and everybody's just standing around looking. All of those people, thumbs down. That's not who we are. We're better than that. Stop acting like silly animals. This is stupid, and it needs to stop before it gets really out of hand. I think that this was a precursor, but this has to stop. Hey, thanks so much for watching today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the page. I'm on Instagram now, myself, and Twitter. It's at Huff's Headlines, at Huff's Headlines, not the full Huffman because it wouldn't fit. Hey, you have a great day, and go out and make it your best.